Have you ever stopped to wonder why highly intelligent men often end up alone? Why their ideas, their depth, and their critical view of the world seem to repel rather than attract? Søren Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher of the 19th century, may help us understand this. Kierkegaard wasn't just a brilliant thinker. He was a man deeply acquainted with solitude. He fell in love with Regine Olsen but broke off the relationship, believing that his restless, philosophical, and introspective nature made him unfit for a conventional life by her side. He was a man who thought too much, felt too deeply, perhaps too intelligent to fit into an ordinary kind of love. And that's where we begin to uncover a painful truth. Male intelligence, when it rises beyond the average, often carries a burden. The burden of constant doubt, relentless analysis, and a detachment from superficial pleasures. The intelligent man lives in uncertainty. He questions the world around him, examines motives, dissects ideas, and rarely settles for easy answers. Kierkegaard once wrote that most people are subjectively deceived, preferring the comfort of illusion to the discomfort of truth. And the man who relentlessly seeks truth becomes, by nature, a disruptor of illusions. Many relationships are built on appearances of certainty, stability, emotional safety. The intelligent man, without meaning to, threatens all of that. He doesn't play along with the unspoken rules. He sees too much, and that alone can be terrifying. It's not a matter of weakness or blame. This is about fear. The fear of being seen too clearly. The fear of not being enough. The fear of vulnerability in the presence of someone who perceives everything. The intelligent man becomes a mirror that reflects not only beauty, but also flaws, contradictions, and unresolved wounds. This depth, though admirable, can feel overwhelming. While many people seek comfort in the predictable, the intelligent man lives in the unpredictable. His thoughts are too fluid, his truths too sharp, his standards too high. He is not easily pleased, he is not easily manipulated, and most of all, he is not easily understood. Kierkegaard spoke of the dizziness of freedom, the anxiety that comes from standing at the edge of endless possibility. The intelligent man dwells in this space. He embraces the unknown, while others crave structure and reassurance. To someone seeking emotional security in conventional roles, a man like this feels like chaos. And so the result is often the same: avoidance. That man ends up walking alone. Not because he lacks love to give, but because so few are truly willing to receive it in its raw, unfiltered form. He's not interested in surface-level affection or temporary validation. He longs for a soul-to-soul connection, something that transcends appearances. And that's something rare. Kierkegaard once said, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards." Perhaps this is why intelligent men are only appreciated fully in retrospect, after time softens the shock of their depth. What once felt intimidating later becomes admirable. What once seemed overwhelming is eventually recognized as wisdom. Still, the journey is not easy. The intelligent man often finds himself misunderstood, misjudged, or simply avoided. His words, his silence, his presence, all can feel too intense for those unready to dive deeper. So what should he do? Should he pretend to be simpler than he is? Should he silence his thoughts, soften his questions, shrink himself to fit into a world that fears complexity? Kierkegaard would say no. He believed that the greatest sin was to betray one's own self. That truth must be lived authentically, no matter how uncomfortable it makes others. And so, the intelligent man must endure. He must resist the urge to hide, even when his depth isolates him. He must stay faithful to who he is, because only in doing so will he ever find someone who truly sees him. Not someone drawn to the image, but someone drawn to the soul. It's rare, yes, but it's real. That kind of love isn't found in every crowd. It's found once, maybe twice, in a lifetime. But when it comes, it's honest, it's deep, and it's worth every moment of solitude that came before it. Because the truth is, intelligence, when rooted in humility, doesn't repel. It attracts what matters, it filters out what's false, and it creates space for what's genuine. Kierkegaard lived and died holding on to that hope. And maybe So can you. Have you ever been misunderstood just for thinking too deeply?